Hey everybody, this is Sonnie coming to you from Sold by Sonnie, Buy with Confidence, Sell with Success, with another episode of my series, We Live Here, We Love Here, We Work Here. And today we're going to talk about a subject that's really close to my heart. I have a dear friend of mine and hospice nurse, Tammy Miedema here. Tammy, tell us a little bit about hospice. What is it?
Hospice is a support system for families, for patients that maybe have a terminal diagnosis. And when I say terminal diagnosis, I don't mean 2 days from now, I don't mean 6 days from now, it could be years from now. But it's a diagnosis that eventually will cause the end of their life. And hospice is there to support families, the patient, wherever they are in life right now. We go to their homes, we go to the hospital, we will meet them on a park bench if that's where they live. I've met people in cars, in assisted livings, wherever they are. That's what we're there for, to support them wherever they are in that point in their life.
Thank you. I know when I talked with you originally about hospice for my family, my parents are older, and they were of the opinion, when they heard hospice, they thought, no, we don't need hospice, we're not dying right now. And Tammy was able to give me verbiage and vernacular to talk with them, to explain to them that hospice doesn't mean immediate death. I mean, some people actually come out of hospice as well.
Yes, they're discharged from hospice, yes.
So
yes.
How do people our age, if they have an ill parent or an ailing parent and the other parent is struggling to care for them, and hospice would be a great help, what do you tell them? How do you recommend them talking to their parents? What do you recommend that they say?
Talking to their parents. I think some patients don't like the word hospice.
Yeah.
We respect that. That is in all the charting, so anybody who goes to see that patient knows that we're not to bring that up. Mm-hmm. And what I do when I go in is I just tell them I'm a nurse, what company I'm with, and that I'm just here to see how they're doing today. And that kind of gives them a little bit of relief. As far as talking to your parents, I know from personal, when I talked with my mom about it, I basically told her that I needed some support and help. And once I told her I needed that, she was all for it, because she wanted what was best for me also.
And that's exactly what you told me. And when we talked with my father and said, we understand that you might not want, a nurse, but mom needs help, that was the magic key.
Yes.
And so when you told me to talk with him in that manner, it's really interesting. We have, death is such a taboo thing in our society anyways. Talking about it sometimes is really hard. It seems like that you guys that work at hospice seem to know the exact perfect thing to say, the perfect time to do it. It's amazing to me how much help the nurses were in more than just nursing.
Oh, yes.
You have all kinds of people, wasn't there? There was a minister.
Yes, we have a whole team that's with the patient, that's assigned to the patient when they're admitted to hospice. They have a doctor, and it's usually our doctors, but it could be their doctor if that's what they want, if that's what they're comfortable with. They have their own nurse. If they want it. The nurse is not a choice. They have to have a nurse, and they have to have a social worker. But if they choose, they can have a health aide, a volunteer, a chaplain. We have respite care. If somebody needs caretaking is hard. If they need a respite care, we can do that for 5 days. We have music therapy and a massage therapist.
Fantastic.
So yeah.
I know a lot of people.
So it's a whole team coming together.
A lot of people when they hear social worker, they're thinking financial, and it's not that.
No, it can be, but it's not.
It can be, but it's not just that. It's they can help them with ancillary items, canes, beds,
all kinds of resources, and that is all paid for by hospice.
Which also alleviates a big financial burden as well.
Yes.
So, in closing, what would you tell people? What's the main thing that people should know about hospice today?
Hospice today, because it's different from what it was 10, 15 years ago.
That's
for
why
sure.
I say, yep.
What I think the best thing I can tell them is call the number, whichever hospice that they choose.
Because there's many hospitals.
There's many hospices, yes. And ask for an informational meeting. There should be no pressure. Somebody will come to your home, answer all your questions. They'll give you pamphlets. And just because you choose hospice does not mean you're dying today or tomorrow. We want whatever time you have left to be the most comfortable, relaxing time, because that's how it needs to be at the end of life.
Yeah.
Whether that be 2 days or a year.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
Super. Well, I think, the biggest thing, I wanted to bring this up because so many things I didn't know about hospice, so I'm fairly certain a lot of people didn't know a lot about hospice,
Yes.
is how helpful they were to our family in so many ways. When my father, and before, during, and even after my father died. So
Yes, we have bereavement services, which I forgot to mention, and that's up to 13 months after the patient passes.
fantastic.
You can reach out at any time. They will reach out to you periodically. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, Tammy, thank you so much.
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on We Live Here, We Love Here, We Work Here. Have a great day.
Thanks, Sonny.